channel name is 80 for News Channel. Did you know that in recent conflicts, over 90% of casualties are civilians? That's a staggering statistic that really puts things into perspective. It's not just numbers, it's real people, families, and communities being affected. Today, we're diving into a powerful statement made by the President of Guyana at the United Nations. He addressed the horrifying trend of civilian deaths in military conflicts, and trust me, it's a crucial topic in our current geopolitical climate. So, let's unpack what he said and why it matters. We often hear about the balance between national security and protecting innocent lives, but how do we actually achieve that balance? Military actions are meant to safeguard nations, but far too often, they come at the cost of civilian lives. The recent conflicts we've seen around the globe have highlighted this tragic reality. Every time a bomb is dropped or a missile is fired, there's a risk that innocent people will be caught in the crossfire. It's a tough pill to swallow, but military operations can lead to devastating consequences for those who have nothing to do with the conflict. How do we justify the loss of innocent lives in the name of security? That's the challenge many leaders face today. Now, let's set the stage for the president's remarks. Recently, there have been several disturbing incidents that led to increased civilian casualties. These events sparked outrage across the globe, putting pressure on leaders to address the issue. The president of Guyana specifically mentioned these events during his speech, expressing his deep concern over the escalating violence that seems to ignore the sanctity of civilian life. This isn't just a Guyanese issue. It's a universal problem that requires international attention and response. The global community is slowly waking up to the fact that military operations must evolve to prioritize civilian safety. But what does this mean for future engagements? The climax of the president's speech was nothing short of intense. He passionately called for accountability from those in power, urging military leaders and governments to rethink their strategies. He emphasized that self-defense should never extend to the indiscriminate killing of civilians. This moment was powerful because it resonated with so many people who feel helpless in the face of ongoing violence. The president's call to action was clear. We need a new approach that protects civilian lives while still addressing security needs. It's a bold stance, and it's one that challenges the status quo of military engagement. To wrap it all up, the president of Guyana has thrown down the gauntlet on a critical issue that affects us all. We've talked about the importance of protecting civilians in conflict situations and how international leaders must step up to address this dire problem. His speech is a reminder that we can't overlook the human cost of military actions. As we move forward, let's keep this conversation alive and advocate for strategies that prioritize human life. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on civilian protection in conflicts? Do you think military strategies are changing for the better? Drop your comments below. And while you're at it, check out my other video where I dive deeper into international relations and what it means for global peace. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.